What's up, Deadheads? Today we're going to go over a little bit of Haze versus Abrams in Pocket, and then watch this funny ending. Dynamo ends up saying some crazy stuff that I hope gets him banned. At the beginning of every match, I really like putting out a little bit of damage on the enemies to see how they react. If they're really good and they go behind cover, then I go back to focusing and farming until I get some more abilities. But if they're not, I just keep harassing them every chance I get. As you see, I don't like to get into close range with Abrams. He has better sustain than me later on in the game. If I get too close, unless I have my ultimate and then he doesn't have his charge, then I can go all in most of the time and burn him down. But even then, he's normally really tanky. So I just like to poke the targets out quite a bit until I think I can get a kill. Feeling pretty solid. That first blood. Once I get that first blood, I really like focusing getting the Guardian down. Or if I've gotten to a Guardian and I have an enemy low near the shop, I normally go around to see if they're aware of me flanking.
You're nothing to me.
Whenever I'm fighting Abrams, I like to save my dagger for whenever he's going to charge at me, because then he can close the gap and use some of his abilities really more effectively. And then if he's also building into the melee build, he can also punch you and take some lifesteal, and just, man, he's really hard to kill when he's really, really close. At 3 minutes, the golden statues spawn. You really want to make sure that you're getting them every chance you get, because then in another 3 minutes, they spawn again. And then you get permanent buffs from these things.
Be still. Comes for you.
I was a little bit too tunneled on the Guardian. The reason that I was tunneled on it is because if we kill it, they actually lose their shop that's right next to it. And it's also a good amount of souls for the team. I'm gonna push this guy back a little bit. Now that the Guardian's down, I have a little bit of a lead. I'm going to go back and check some gold statues that I know the locations of. And I'm also going to take some neutral jungle camps. That way they can't get them, and I just end up snowballing a little bit more. This is kind of boring, but you can notice that I'm using cover to not take damage from this guy. He doesn't do a lot, but I might as well just use it to my advantage so I can stay full health in case I need to go gank or go fight with my team somewhere nearby and not just return to base immediately. These little slot machines are really cool too. I like getting these. They give you a ton of souls, but in exchange for health, I just do heavy punches on them most of the time. And there's also normally a little jungle camp nearby. When you're doing the jungle camps, you end up getting these unsecured souls, and these souls don't necessarily deposit over time. What happens is you expand the timer on these unsecured souls. You see that number counting down, and once it hits 0, it secures them completely into your bank, so to speak. Otherwise, they're very volatile and you can lose them. If you go to a shop and you have these unsecured souls, you can actually spend them and quote-unquote secure them that way. Otherwise, you have to wait until that timer goes all the way down before you can fully secure them. Alright, that was totally overkill, but I thought it was super funny and it kind of sends a message. But since I lane against these guys, I know they're not that strong. Otherwise, I'm constantly looking up at the top of my screen to see who the strong players are on their team, and then playing against those and trying to take out their strongest players in fights as much as I can. Nope. There's a little bit of downtime on my side of the map, so right now I decided to do a jungle camp. I actually thought I had Ricochet, which would have made this so much faster, and I like to get Ricochet early game because it's so good for wave clear and jungle clear. After I clear the camp, I noticed there's a bunch of people down orange lane. Preferably, I want to go buy at this point, but I think I'm going to save up a little bit more because I do want Ricochet. I'm going to tell my team that I need to go down orange by using the ping system in game, but I am not going to die for this because I do have about like 750 unsecured souls on me right now.
Let's take out your motto. Let's take out your motto.
How's it ping here inside of me? This thing is going to inevitably fall. My team is starting to show up though, so I'm going to wait here a second, and then once they start collapsing, I'm going to move in and see if we can do anything about it and pick up some kills. If Dynamo uses his ult, you got to use your ult. Alright, Tomato is another character I really should probably pick up and learn. She's kind of nuts at like invincibility and damage while she's in her ult.
Story isn't over.
The earth is ours.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. My crouch button was broken, but Tomato, again, you saw, tried to ult me and kill me again after I used my ult. I don't know what she's really mad at me for, but I used the zipline to wait out her duration for her ult, and then I came back down and squashed the Tomato.
Our purple walker has been defeated.
Nap time.
So if you notice, I had Ricochet there and I cleared the camp really fast. The other thing that helps me clear it fast is also switching targets, because the primary target takes full damage and the Ricochet targets take less than that. So the whole camp ends up dying faster, saving me time, letting me do some other things around the map. Once we start getting mid to late game, I like buying things like the superior duration or superior cooldown for my ultimate, because then I can just ult like once a minute. The custom build page that I'm using is my page. I even put like a skill build order, but realistically all you want to do is level up your third ability, and then your ultimate, and then your dagger, and then lastly your invisibility. I'm still tweaking this thing, and it'll probably be updated throughout the future because I'm gonna always play Haze and she's gonna stay my main.
Need more firepower.
Oh, this guy was dumb. One of my favorite late game things to do on Haze is to look at the minimap when I'm heading out of the shop, where there's a bunch of people that I can kill with my ultimate. I just take the zip, jump off, and ult if I can. Of course I didn't die. See, I'm still alive.
I'm just getting started.
That was a strategic death just so I could get to the shop faster. But this is where the crazy stuff starts.
Yeah, I know. What do you want me to do? 1v5, motherfucker. Explain. Tell me what 1v5 I should do. Explain.
And if you've played any PvP game, you'll always know that it's the lowest person on the team that pipes up.
1v5 then
Yeah, you stupid fucking nigger.
That's crazy. Alright, thank you.
Meanwhile, I'm fighting.
That's crazy. Alright, thank you.
Your little light show is over.
What's harder?
Your time is past. The never singing.
It's time to close this game out.
What?
will stand triumphant.
Just a little bit of shrine shredding here. And then a mag dump on this patron.
Nighty night.
Finish their patron off.
1v5! 1v6 even!
That's what I did. That's why we won. I mean, I did 1v3, but who's talking about it? Follow if you liked the video and want to see more Haze content. Until then, peace out.